Sure.
Anyway, let's get right into the show feedback. We have some congratulation type messages and also some straight up questions. Let's go to the ones that kiss our ass first.
Am I reading these?
Yeah, why don't you read these? I would like you to read these. I bought a coffee, so I'm going to drink this coffee.
Excellent. Gaming Dad has to say, congrats on 500. The CAGCast was my first podcast. You guys were the gateway drug to the dozen or so casts I subscribed to. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yes. Clint is awesome has to say, you guys have been my most consistent form of entertainment. I don't have as much time to game, but I still listen. Thank you.
We're nothing but consistent.
Exactly. That's what we are.
We have been very consistent.
Consistent.
Lately.
That's us. We're the Cal Ripken of podcasts.
You can really, you can thank our sponsors for keeping us consistent because like we have to do the show now. Like back when we didn't have any sponsors, it was very easy to blow off a show when you're tired or, you'd just rather be doing something else. But now we have commitments, sort of.
And Ender the Foe says, congrats on the milestone. I really appreciate your podcast. It's become my favorite gaming podcast for sure.
Well, thank you. We didn't get any celebrity congratulations. We forgot to ask, I think. That's part
of it. Is that how that works? You have to ask the celebrities to get you congratulations?
I think so.
Great.
Shipwreck, are you drinking anything in celebration of this? Somebody had asked in the chat.
Oh, I have a Flat 12 Beerworks Walkabout Pale Ale.
So it's not carbonated?
I mean, it's a beer.
It's flat, though.
It's not flat.
Oh, it's called flat.
Well, no. It's just the name of it. I don't know. I think it's out of Chicago. I'm going to go with Chicago. No, Indianapolis. Indianapolis, another city near here.
I was going to buy each of you guys a bottle of champagne and like have it arrive for today, and then we could drink it on the show.
Oh, I appreciate that.
But I didn't. Well, I was going to do that, and then I tried to do it, and then I realized that there's only like 3 or 4 states that actually permit you to ship alcohol to, and Ohio was not one of them, and either was New York. So I did nothing. Ta-da!
It's the cheapy way.
Well, that's not true. Sometimes I do nothing.
Sometimes.
And then, as I was looking it up, Mrs. Cheapy walked in. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to buy these guys like some champagne. I think that'd be fun." And she she was like, she didn't like the idea. She thought it was dumb. So it's really her fault that you didn't get anything.
I blame your wife.
Then she's like, "Well, maybe you should send sake." And then I was like, "Well, why would I send sake? That's not like a celebration type thing."
No, but I have sake in the fridge.
No, you have sake in the fridge.
No, I have sake. I'm from America.
You mean you have a sock in your fridge?
I have a sake. I'm Canadian, and I like to keep my footwear in the refrigerator.
Yeah. Let's do some questions based on our amazing milestone of 500 episodes. This is from @THavoc, and he asks, you can why don't you answer these? Ask these, Wombat, and answer.
How has the CAGCast changed your lives? Well, all of you people are listening to me. I've had people stop me on the street and take their picture with me. That's kind of crazy.
I've had that too.
Yep. It's changed my life in a possible way, and that's not even a joke, which is frightening. So there you go.
Shipwreck, do you have an answer?
Same thing as Wombat, pretty much. I mean, I don't know. It's fun. You guys are my friends.
That was my answer.
Aha! I beat you to it. Now you can just cry about it.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, we do this show because we enjoy talking to one another.
We talk a lot to each other.
Day job.
Yeah, I would say that it really hasn't changed my life that much, other than it's so rare when somebody recognizes me anywhere. It's not something that has really changed my life at all. But having you two guys as friends is something that would not have happened had we not been doing this show.
Totally.
Did you want to cry, Wombat? I know that nothing makes you cry, so.
No, I wasn't going to cry. I was going to drink a little bit of water.
Okay. How about some more questions?
Sure. Adam Gould 1 has to say, does Shipwreck ever get drunk during the podcast? And a follow-up. Can you three do one while all drunk to see how sideways it goes? I don't know how interesting that would be. And I don't think Shipwreck gets drunk.
It takes a lot to get me drunk. I think the closest I got to being drunk on a CAGcast type thing was at E3 one year when we were trying to shoot a video. And I don't know, I was talking to a lamp kind of while we were trying to set up this video, but it never, for some reason we couldn't upload the video or it didn't work.
At the Sheridan, right?
Yeah, it was at the Sheridan.
And like the internet was like, a piece of string connected to a tin can. I've seen Shipwreck drink a lot of beers at various E3 functions. Well, maybe not a lot, but enough that would make me drunk. And he never seems drunk. Maybe one time in 10 years, I thought maybe he was like buzzed. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that would be a great show if we were drunk. But are any of them really great? couldn't really get much worse, probably.
We've done 500 CAGcasts and 3 good ones.
Exactly. Keep going.
Sure. Pofigster asks, what is your biggest regret about the show? I don't think I have any regrets. Show regrets? Do you have any show regrets, GB?
Well, we had that one episode last year where we got into a fight in the first 10 minutes of the show, and then
and then I just didn't do the show.
Did you not even do it?
I didn't do it.
We did. It was just me and Chip for that one.
It was just you and Chip. I don't think anyone even knows that.
No, nobody knows it. Well, I regret.
You regret telling everybody
that
now.
fight with you. Certainly. I also regret you deleting your side of the conversation because I still have mine.
That's really funny.
It wouldn't make much sense. It would sound. It'd really sound like an asshole if it just with my side. Of the
Well, I
conversation.
think. That's because you were an asshole.
Hey.
So, hey now.
I think we were both sort of stressed out at the time about totally different things,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a bad combination.
It happens. People.
But
fight.
I apologized and bought you a Star Wars stickers for your.
That's
iPhone.
right. You bought me those Star Wars stickers for my phone.
Which is, the best gift that anyone could really ask for.
I still use them. So
Sure. That was
there you go. It's the
that's
gift
$2 I
given.
ever spent. Read some more questions while I tweet out this show link.
Sure. Duran603 has to say, what do you feel is the worst CAGcast ever recorded? Are there any episodes or moments that you regret or are ashamed of?
Yes, Wombat reading the same question twice in a row. 2 different
Seriously, that's like the same thing. I didn't put these here.
I regret you not choosing the questions.
I would say any episode from the first year is probably terrible.
I'm not ashamed of any of them. I mean, look,
But I wouldn't say I'm ashamed. I didn't say ashamed. I just said they're probably not the best.
Well, look, the show is what it is, and it's basically 3 friends talking about video games. There's not that much planning that goes into each episode, really like the bare minimum, just to have some sort of organization to a show. But you have no regrets like calling Major Nelson a vagina clown or anything like that?
I don't regret that at all. If anything, it got us noticed by him, and we never had before. It's how I actually still have some friends from Xbox is because of that moment.
It was funny. It wasn't. I don't.
It
think
really made Major Nelson too. I think
took him to the next level. Really, that next level of internet fame.
It was just one of those things. It was funny at the time. He knew I was making a joke and that I wasn't, doing anything. I wasn't being malicious.
No,
I wasn't trolling him.
No, and it wasn't. He wasn't mad about it at all. In fact, he still, likes to talk to us whenever he sees us, and is always very nice. And yeah, he always tries to hook us up whenever possible when we ask him for stuff.
No regrets.
No regrets. Good. Keep going.
Lick Chan has to say, what have you learned from podcasting for so long? I learned that I've been podcasting for so long.
It's been, that's 12 years, but in case anyone's keeping score.
Jesus Christ.
I've learned how to do a podcast and, record a podcast and produce it pretty quickly. I think back in the beginning, it would take me several hours to actually put the whole show together. But now it takes me about 1 hour and change.
That's fantastic. I know it took me a long time to put like the CAG 4 plays when I was doing them.
Yeah, it can be a pain in the ass.
Yes.
But eventually, you do 500 of them, you really can streamline it.
You really don't care anymore. And you're like, yep, good enough. Get it out there.
No, but I never have that attitude though. I always, maybe like about the show title, I'll have that attitude. Like I'm not going to spend a half an hour thinking of a clever show title, but at the very least, I want to make sure that technically it sounds good. So yeah, that's really all I've learned. Ship, have you learned anything from doing the show?
No.
Good.
I don't. How New Yorkers pronounce Mario?
Mario.
Right. Incorrectly. And you've learned how Japanese people pronounce things.
Sake.
Somewhat. Yeah.
Keep going, Wombat. Don't stop now.
I've got a good one
stop
for you later in the
music.
show, Wombat. You can try.
Dark Gothic Fade has to say, did you guys ever think you'd be doing it this long, let alone 500 episodes? No.
Right. That's an easy one to answer. I thought by now we would be on the Howard Stern channel.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
It almost happened.
Yeah, we got closer than most.
Did we ever tell that story? We must have told that story.
Yeah, we've told that story, yeah.
About how close we got. I mean, that wasn't that close, but
Like I said, closer than most.
Well, tell it really quickly.
We
What else we got to talk about?
Yeah, I was working for Howard Stern's agent at the time, and obviously I had friends in the building, and I burned an episode on a CD, and I gave it to my friend who worked very closely with Howard Stern Productions. He did play it for them, and they really liked the show, and they were like, "These guys are great. Let's bring them in." And when my friend said, "Oh, it's Wombat who works down on the 4th floor," they said, "Oh, we can't do that," and passed. So it's all my fault.
Well, we would never have gotten there in the first place, and we were also, not to mention, we were recording the show at your office.
Yes,
and
I know someone just commented a CD. Yes, this was before you could email files to
This
people.
was 2005. I mean, this was like the very beginning. It was before I moved to Japan, so it was the first few months of doing the show, I think.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. All right, last question here, and then we'll get on with the rest of this nonsense.
Sure. The ultimate CAGcast question from Tiny Little Gamer. GBD is an Overwatch pro. Wombat, a Skyrim beast. Ship, an idle maniac. So who is the better gamer?
Shipwreck is the best gamer.
Yeah. What is an
What's
idle
an idle
maniac?
maniac?
I'm guessing he's talking about the robot girl games.
Idle
I play.
Master.
Oh, okay.
The
Got
singing
it.
virtual girls.
I didn't know what that was. See, it shows how much I listen to you.
I'm guessing that's what it is. I don't know.
Well,
I
but
guess I don't play that many of them, but I play more than you guys do.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I'm afraid to play Shipwreck in games that I've been playing for a long time that he hasn't even played at all, because it would be really embarrassing to lose.
You beat me at Overwatch, probably.
I don't know that I mean, there's no they do have one-on-one modes, but
I'd probably beat you at the one-on-one mode, but like in the go capture area B or objective B,
it's a team effort, Somebody pointed out that somebody wanted to know why the Howard Stern show were turned off when they found out that Wombat worked for them. I think it's because it sent like a bad message to other employees that, hey, you guys could have your own show too, right? Isn't that the reason?
I guess. I mean, to be honest, the year before I started working there, one of the assistants that I replaced was Elizabeth Rome. who you may know from Law and Order or the movie Joy. She's a fairly famous actress, and she was signed while being an assistant. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I wasn't an assistant anymore at that point. Like if I should have just never have accepted my at-work promotion and stayed an assistant, because then it would have looked like something. But who knows? Again,
we'll never know.
hindsight. Yeah.
Hey, can we go back? Is it too late to go back?
No, none of those people are there anymore.
Perfect.
That's the problem. Yeah.
They don't know your secret history then.
I can see, like, even if it wasn't that you just worked there, just that you had no experience doing a show. I can see
that's
was a turn off.
nah, that wouldn't do it.
That wasn't it.
Trust me. That was
It was
definitely
just
not it. Yeah.
All right. By the way, people are pointing out in the chat that they enjoy how Wombat's microphone is completely blocking his mouth on the it's in typical Wombat form.
I always pictured it being inside of his mouth.
Is this better? Is this better?
Right.
How's this for a show?
They also really enjoying your classy windscreen.
I'm sorry, my son ripped it.
It's like a pair of pants that you just.
Not only did my son rip it, but he ripped it the day I got it. Like I opened the box and I go, "Oh, finally, my new screen." And Elliot, who this was like a year ago, he just pulled it right out of my hands. He goes, "Grrr." Like, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.